Let's say I support a political candidate, and you also support a political candidate. Now, we're different people, and we have different perspectives and backgrounds, so we're going to each support our own candidate. And those candidates are going to have different priorities and policies, which means we likely will have discussions and debates about which candidate is better and which policies need to be prioritized. And that's how things are supposed to be within a democracy that has free speech. Everyone is entitled to have their opinion, everyone is entitled to express their opinion, and we should respect each other's differences of opinion. You know, sometimes we just have to agree to disagree. But I don't like that. See, how am I going to feel morally superior if I can't objectively say that my opinion is better than yours? And if our opinions are equally valid, then it's just as likely that I'm wrong. And I really don't like being wrong. So what can I do about this? Well, let's look at the differences between our candidates. We'll focus on, say, healthcare. Your candidate proposes to expand the existing hospital. He's going to build space for 50 new beds to care for sick people. My candidate, however, is proposing to build a brand new hospital that's going to have 100 beds in it. And so obviously my candidate is better because he's going to be providing a lot more services for sick people. There's going to be a lot more beds. Now, if you think about it, if your candidate wins, that means there are going to be less beds to care for sick people. And if there are less facilities and there are less beds to care for sick people, then people are going to die. Now, I know your candidate says that the reason that he supports expanding the existing infrastructure and having only 50 beds is because, well, there are not enough patients for more than 50 beds, and having the new beds as part of the existing infrastructure is actually going to provide better care for them. But we know that's not true. The really real reason why he's doing this is because he's selfish. He knows that a new hospital is going to cost more money, and that means he's going to have to raise taxes, and he doesn't want to pay more taxes. He's just being selfish. He doesn't actually care about sick people. And because his policies are going to lead to a lack of beds to care for sick people, and sick people are going to die, we could say that he actually hates sick people. How can you support a candidate who hates sick people? This isn't a difference of political opinion anymore. We're talking about a life and death situation here. If your candidate wins, then people are going to die, and that is not acceptable. I'm all for free speech, of course, but protecting the rights of sick people to get the care that they need, that's what's really important here, right? Bringing up free speech is only a way to cover for the fact that you actually, at the very least, you don't care about sick people. And probably you actually hate sick people just like your candidate does. It's demeaning and hurtful to spread this lie that we don't need 100 beds to care for sick people. You know, it's harmful for people who are sick, for people to go around saying things like this. I'm not trying to suppress anyone's free speech here. I'm trying to support and magnify the voices of marginalized sick people whose voices clearly aren't being heard here, because if they were, you would know that we really do need a new hospital with 100 beds in it. And if you aren't supporting my candidate in getting that done, you're not only just wrong, you're hurting sick people. We're not sick, you're not sick, and I'm not sick. So we don't know what it's like for these people. We need to shut up and listen to sick people when they come out and demand a new hospital with 100 beds in it. Now, of course, if you're sick and actually think that 50 beds is fine, well, then you just have internalized hatred for sick people, or maybe you're just pretending to be sick in order to advance your ideas. Look, the bottom line here is that saying things that are hurtful to sick people and standing in the way of sick people getting the care that they need is in no way as important as working to make sure that the sick get the care that they actually need. And that is why I'm constructing this safe space here where everyone is invited who genuinely cares about sick people, and they can come here and express their views and share their stories and express their feelings about why it's so important that we have a brand new hospital with 100 new beds in it. And all you haters out there who would deny the sick the care that they need with the new hospital, I don't care about your feelings, okay? I can't deal with your negativity. You're blocked. Now, if you want to get unblocked, you can click over here to subscribe and get more awesomeness. Or if you're not totally convinced about how awesome this channel is, you can click over here for some more gentle persuasion. Thanks for watching and have a good one.